Welcome back. I'm Pete.
And I'm Becky Matea. Thanks for joining us. We are back with the sports report, and we have our local resident, Dave Lutes. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. The Bears won today, so
That is good news.
Although I'm not sure if Bears fans want to win, as we get a higher draft pick the worse we do.
Oh.
But it did look like the Bears played hard and are still playing hard, which is good to see.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, we kind of want to reload with good draft picks. So it's like,
okay.
Do we want to win or not? But beating the Lions today, I mean, fantastic.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. So over the league, I kind of, we have different fans here. Who are you? Who's your
Bears.
Your Bears.
100%.
I like the Chiefs. So Leah played for Kansas City, so I like the Chiefs. We were also talking about Purdue and IU because I was at the BP annuitants, and there was a Purdue. And this is my philosophy. Why don't they just have fun? Don't get injured, win or lose, and then when the tournament comes, kick it up. Why can't we do that, Dave?
Are you talking about
Purdue.
the regular season rivalry? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just talking about Purdue in general. Why can't we just have some fun and then kick it up at tournament time?
Because they take it serious, that's why. It's never about just fun.
But you're playing 100 games.
I know.
Win or lose, because we are number one all year, win all the games, and then in the tournament we lose. So lose some games.
Well,
Get out of number one and just win in the tournament.
Purdue was the second number one seed in the history of college basketball to lose in the first round.
It was.
I was in Las Vegas.
I thought they were the first one.
I was in Las Vegas when it happened a few years before to Virginia.
Yeah,
and then
with,
they came
UMBC.
back and won the national title the next year. I was at the Rio Hotel in Vegas, actually watching it up in my room, and I see it's the greatest upset in college sports. Let me go down. I got to get the atmosphere going.
Yeah.
Purdue does it a few years later. What was it, last season? Or Purdue lost to the number one last season.
It was last year.
But I'll tell you my philosophy on that is, and I understand now what you're talking about with gearing it up for the tournament. It's hard as a player. I was a Division II and an NAIA college player back in the day. I mean, I think the teams I was on, we played hard all the time. But on the bigger levels, I think coaches know that, and they ramp down practices. As far as, you ramp it up preseason to get in shape.
True. You're
going through the season. You want to win the Big Ten as far as Purdue and do well. But I would say taper off, not ramp up. You taper off at the end. A lot of sports coaches taper off in practice.
All right,
don't
so
want
let's
injuries.
move into local. So we've got the colleges going. We talked about a little bit about the pros. Nationally, it's the footballs all over. But locally, let's talk about some girls and boys basketball. I think I saw Chesterton still in the top 10 in the state. What's happening in the girls' side?
Well, I've just started to get out to get some more games. I actually went to a girls' game the other night. It was Valparaiso at Crown Point.
That's a great game.
And
who won that?
Valparaiso won pretty easily.
Really?
Yeah.
Lake Central, I think, is the team to beat, aren't they? They look like a well-oiled machine.
They are really good, and I just got a call the other day, got an invite to go to Newcastle High School December 29th, because Lake Central girls were invited to the Hall of Fame game.
It's in Indianapolis,
which is a little fort, I think it's in Newcastle.
Very close. That's where the Hall of Fame is.
You might have played in Newcastle for the North-South game, as I did
almost,
I won't say the years ago, I don't mind, but we played on the same All-Star team. The boys and girls were invited. You made this team.
I just know I'm in the Hall of Fame there, so. But you said.
So we played at Newcastle.
Who's the girl plays for Valpo? That's pretty good.
Her last name is Barnes, and she's a sophomore.
Okay, Barnes, but
she was
a bull back even in high, junior high.
I was very impressed by her. Saw her as a freshman, and then this year I love the fact that she was unselfish. She looked for her teammates just as much as she looked for her.
Okay, so on the other end of the spectrum,
awesome.
I went to the Valpo IUN game, which I didn't even know that they could do that. There's an exhibition, and I see this girl shooting, and I'm like, that's how Jessica Carruthers shoots, because she's the only person I know that does this. I don't know how she does that. She transferred to IUN.
Yes.
And that girl just never gives up the ball.
She was a few rows from me at that Valpo Crown Point game. She won a state title while playing for Crown Point.
So besides basketball, we have wrestling starting, gymnastics, swimming, and then we finished volleyball and football, which Crown Point, with the biggest 6A, they were runners-up. So anyway, we also talked about that there are travel teams going on here, and the spring sports, they practice all year round.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
You got kids in sports?
Yep, soccer.
Oh, so
and they
you're
play
soccer.
soccer year round
Yeah.
in Crown Point, actually.
Okay, so are they on a club team?
Yeah, they are.
What's the club?
Yeah, Wings, Northwest Wings,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
So we were talking to the oil man, and he's going to be building stadiums, and I'm like, you need to build a stadium that has everything that you can do in it because soccer is big.
Well, Crown Point has a great facility.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
the Sparta Dome.
Yeah.
Played many all-night
Nice.
softball games
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our 5-minute segment for today, and we'll be back after this.